we've had a significant number of trades. Last week we were tongue in cheek talking about the one trade between the Bears and Bills, but we have had significant draft capital. Well, maybe not significant draft capital, but we have had significant names hit the ground running. So we'll start with the first one that happened after we left. Jerry Jeudy, who seemingly has been on the trade market now for about 2 seasons, finally on the move. He's headed from Denver to Cleveland. The Browns will give up a 2024 5th and 6th round pick.
It's not much. I think maybe you and I remember Jerry Jeudy as a prospect. He was my top receiver in that class, right there with CeeDee Lamb. And he has been a bust. So Cleveland's basically getting him for nothing. I don't think it guarantees him much, but does fill a hole for the Browns at receiver.
Yep. Their second, former Alabama wide receiver they picked up for a bag of balls here in the last 2 seasons, with Amari Cooper coming over from Dallas as well. I guess we can close the book on Mac Jones as a starting quarterback for now, at least in the NFL, as he has been traded from New England to Jacksonville, where he'll back up Trevor Lawrence. Jacksonville gives up a 24 6th.
I wonder if there's anyone out there that said before the 2021 draft that one day Mac Jones will back up Trevor Lawrence in 3 years. That would have been called nuts for that.
Probably not. I remember the San Francisco was it was Trey Lance or Mac Jones. Well,
yeah. It would have been interesting to see how Trey Lance and Mac Jones's careers would have differed had they taken Jones instead of Lance.
One trade we're going to save and talk with our guest Jeff Risen later because it involves the Lions, so we'll hold that one till then. But I guess the biggest trade here was Carolina moving on from Brian Burns, trading him to the New York Giants, where he signed a 5-year extension for $150 million, 87 guaranteed. Carolina picks up a 24 2nd and 5th, and that second round pick is pick 39, I believe. So a high second round pick and a 5th round pick going to the Panthers for Brian Burns.
I think it's a good deal for both sides. I mean, the Panthers obviously should have traded Burns a year ago. They would have gotten a much, much bigger return had that been the case, including multiple first-round picks. And, you missed the boat on that. But for the Giants, you get an elite pass rusher on the other side of Kayvon Thibodeau. And it's pretty much the pick that they acquired last year, right? So it's not like the Giants are really giving up any significant draft capital here. So I like it for them.
Yeah, no doubt. I like that pairing with him and Thibodeau there in New York. Your team involved in a trade this week where we do a player and a pick swap here and it also involves the Carolina Panthers. The Carolina Panthers will acquire former Pittsburgh receiver Deontay Johnson and a 2024 6th round pick. Pittsburgh gets cornerback Dante Jackson and a 24 7th round pick. Explain this one, Shane.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, the Steelers weren't going to re-sign Deontay Johnson. This was going to be his last year. So either you move him now or he's a free agent anyway. And he was a bit of a malcontent last year. I like Deontay Johnson. He's a good player. But that was part of the issue. So, yeah, and you get the move up from the 7th to the 6th round, which is about 60 picks or so for the Steelers to move up. And they add speed. Dante Jackson to the defense, signed Patrick Queen, also adding speed to that defense. I think that's kind of the goal. For the Panthers, I think it's a great move. You're helping Bryce Young. Dante Jackson's contract was too big for you to really keep anyway. So ultimately for the Panthers, I think this is a win for them as well.
Yeah, I don't expect that to limit Pittsburgh going into the draft for a corner, though.
No, but I think it lessens it on the priority list. Now receiver becomes a much bigger priority in the draft.